doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Love. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Watson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tighten down. There you go.
Here's Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson, Dixon, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They go back to the ground with McCoy. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Texans on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, 31. 26 mark.
A shotgun snap for Watson, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They come out here in the eye. They'll go with Foreman. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
On defense, coaches always preach running to the football, getting there as fast as possible. On that play, the offense used their speed against them, ran the reverse, and hit them hard in the other direction.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
The Texans, first down.
Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Watson off play action. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Kill, kill, kill. 41 Mike, right here.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Check out. Right, 622.
Block on 3rd down. Gonna let one fly for. He's got him in. Complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Lott. And the catch made by Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. As the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Check.
From the 50, it's Long. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 32.
Luck now, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Off of play action, Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. There he goes left side. And he will score. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Let's get some penetration. Deuce. 11.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Luck. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Luck. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Luck now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing is Luck. He's got Jack Doyle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey.
Now on 2nd and 16. Watson, he's going to fire. They've got his man complete. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. 26.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tight on the left. Move. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
From the gun, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From just shy of midfield, Luck. He's going to air. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check your hot read.
Again, it's McCoy. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
24 is down. He's coming. 26, Mike. 26, Mike. Whoa. Hey, get in the weight room. 26, Mike. 26.
To throw is Watson, operating from the gun, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, it's Love. Funches has it complete. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun, Love. It's caught by Funches. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Love. Complete to Hilton. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Looking to run with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a toss play. This is Foreman. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken around the 12. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Indy. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Mack. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Here's Love. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
11 feet. 155.
On 4th down, Love. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 97 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Check out. Green 80. You don't want that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. To the air again, Locke. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Again, Locke. Wide open receiver complete. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Luck. Rodgers brings it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again is Locke. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Luck going to keep it on the sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Let's go, Mexico. 55, 55.
After the run, Luck going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Down right around the 25.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Colts on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Locke. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
41's coming. 41's a mic.
They snap it to Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Set. 19. Check. 59. I'm coming for you. You mine. Down, go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
It's our time.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.